And then here's Tony Schiavone for a live interview next to the cage. Apparently they're giving something to the people in the audience instead of a taped show on the screen. But here comes Twinkle Toes McFingerbang out with, I think it was Nakazawa out there again or whatever. He made some more faces and he pointed and he tried to do a promo. His constipation faces were good, but otherwise he didn't say that much. Tony announces, and this is what you got to. Tony Schiavone announces it'll be Pac versus Pockets next week, and the winner gets the title shot at the pay-per-view. They are even teasing that Pockets would get a world title match on a pay-per-view. And so old Harpo tried to put Pac over and act like, he's not even thinking about Pockets because it's obviously it's a joke. The problem is they're not all in on it that Pockets is a joke. So Harpo's talking about him like he's a joke. And then Pockets comes out and as usual does nothing and says nothing. And Harpo made more faces and laughed at him. He's nobody. Okay, yes. You should laugh at him because he is nobody and he is a joke. But why are you putting your world champion in a joke situation? And he talked about kids dressing up as Pockets for their sock hops. Do you think Harpo is the biggest nerd on the planet for real? Do you think he is?
No one's used the term sock hop in decades.
He did. I'm telling you, he said that kids like to dress up as Pockets for their Halloween and for their sock hops.
He's very big with the Bobby Soxers.
I would say Harpo's a virgin. I know that he's had some kind of relations with some kind of species. Probably not any human women. But he's had relations with some things, so he can't be a virgin. But this guy's the biggest fucking goof on the planet. So the point is, finally, Harpo, the heel world champion, dresses Pockets down, the comedy joke wrestler, pulls his designer sunglasses off, gives them to knock it to fuck off. This all went forever. It would not stop. And basically just told Pockets he was a piece of shit, stole his glasses, put them on his stooge, and they laughed in Pockets' face and walked off. And Pockets said and did nothing. What a fucking babyface. If you had done that on television to any babyface in any wrestling promotion up until, say, 10 years ago, that would have probably indicated that they were being fired immediately afterwards because he just looked like a complete dick. He stood there and said and did nothing about his browbeating and tongue lashing from the fucking heel. And boy, we really want to see Pac and Pockets next week. And boy, does anybody want to see Pac and Olivier for the title? Since Pac only shows up every goddamn 6 weeks and practically never wins a singles match.
That'll be pretty good. They actually had a good match, an Iron Man match about a year and a half ago. It might be a
good match. Does anybody want to see it? What's the... And I wrote, by the time we get to Blood and Guts, I'm going to yak and puke.
Did they do this just to get Omega in front of the live crowd because they watched a tape match earlier?
Well, probably they just taped the first hour, and at the top of the hour, they did this interview, and then they got the Bulgarian Bluto out next. Right after they go to a break, come back, interview same place with Bluto, who snatches the microphone from Tony again, because none of these idiots are capable of being interviewed like they're on a sports program. 7 days from now, Bluto has a date with Destiny, Darby Allin, for the TV title. And they tried to explain a no forfeit rule. Tony tried to explain it, but Bluto cut him off. And since English is his at least third language, they never really got that point made. But if you knew what they were trying to say, you got it. With Bluto here, he was being mean and a brute and yelling and physically, domineering. Imagine if he had started like this. He might be worth something now. Instead of being a joke in a fucking joke wedding in a pink Minnie Mouse t-shirt and hanging around with, Pip Sabian, the delinquent middle schooler, and his virginal princess bride for 6 months, and now he becomes a Bulgarian monster. What the fuck? Have they just figured this out?
You think they're going to put the TNT title on him?
Who gives a shit? I don't care. Nobody. You can't predict this booking because it doesn't make any sense anyway. So it's not like you can predict it. I mean, I could say, yeah, I'll walk out on my front porch tomorrow and there'll be a pink rhinoceros sitting there in a ballet tutu. Most people would say that would be hyperbole, but on this program, it could possibly happen. It still wouldn't make any sense.